welcome into this week's mirror message. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a psychic healer, and a reader here to read you a message for your twin flame journey that's in separation or challenge. I'm a twin flame myself, so I'm very familiar with the journey. And if you're new here, the mirror message is the he said, she said kind of spread between divine masculine and divine feminine. We look at headspace, heart space, and what's going on in the 3D world, blocks, challenges, that kind of thing for both people. Okay? I sound a little bit different. The setup's a little bit different. I'm just getting over COVID. Feeling really good now. Still got some congestion, so bear with me on the voice. But I'm really happy to be back in reading. I haven't read in weeks, so this is wonderful to be with you here today. Also, the setup is totally different. So you'll see me up in the little corner and you'll see the cards. I really want to focus on the cards. I love having the face-to-face contact with you, but I felt like that reading style, you just didn't see the cards enough. So we're going to try it picture in picture and see how this goes. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that, okay? Let me know what you like best. But I think this might be a good solution with the two cameras, so we'll see what happens. Okay, let's go ahead and get into what I have channeled. I channel before I read, usually with mirror message. So let me tell you what I have. And it's always really random stuff, and not all of it will apply to everyone. Some of this stuff is literally for one person that's going to watch the video or a couple of people. Okay, so bear with me. The first thing I got was a bungalow. I got the word bungalow in my head. I also got that it's at the beach. So someone might be having a beach vacation, planning a beach vacation. Maybe you're pricing what it would be to rent a bungalow at the beach. It does take a plane ride for someone out there. Okay. That's confirmation of the reading for someone. Could be that you're planning it for next year. Could be they're there right now. If you are, I am jealous to my teeth. I hope you're having fun. The next thing I got was either the letter Y or the combinations of letters W-Y. So it's the Y sound. I heard the name Weiler. It could be like Wyoming, but I think it's more someone's last name, Wyatt. It could be too. But that could be confirmation for someone. That's either you, your person, someone you're close to, or you know closely, not just like everyone knows someone with a Y name, but like something close in for you. I also heard the name Nancy. I also did hear someone has a motorcycle, so that could be a thing. Maybe you're renting motorcycles when you go to your beach bungalow. If I really like your life, if this is you. No, I don't do much. I will not tell you the story about me on motorcycles. That was not awesome. I went on vacation a couple of years ago, and we rented what I thought was going to be a Vespa. It was scooters, right, in Hawaii, and they turned out to be little motorcycles that go about 40 miles an hour, and I almost died multiple times. So I'm not graceful that way. And then I got the song, remember the song, I think it's the Eurythmics, it's Here Comes the Rain Again. And I was hearing the chorus, here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory. And then there's like, okay, that's not the chorus, that's like one of the stanzas, but the chorus is like, talk to me, like lovers do, talk to me. There's someone that really wants to talk. And it's just, there's no communication going on, I think, for someone, and there's someone like, just, I want to talk to you so bad. Then I heard the song Respect by Aretha Franklin, so R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Someone could have been listening to that or singing that recently. Maybe you did it at karaoke, maybe you're playing it in the car or something like that, but that's confirmation for someone. I love that song. Okay, then I got the Knight of Swords, but this is the weird thing, and I've never had this happen before. I got the image of the Knight of Swords card, but it was like a live action card, and the knight was pushing the sword forward towards someone. And you know, Knight of Swords is often like fast moving energy, and it's communication, it's communicating something, and this was super aggressive communication. So someone may have had a big fight recently, or you had to really drive your point home with someone, like listen to me. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. And maybe even they said those words, but someone had a really aggressive communication with someone recently where they had to literally pull out their sword and like at the tip of their sword, listen to me. Not literally, of course, but it was like trying to pin someone down, hear what I'm saying, that kind of an argument. Okay, then I got the Page of Pentacles, and what I got from that card was that someone is feeling a little financially depleted, like wanting to come forward, but not feeling they have quite enough to do exactly what they want to do. I don't feel this person is completely financially depleted. I think it's like I'm not hitting my mark. It's like I have a mark and I want to hit it, and I'm not at the mark. And then I got the Two of Swords right after that, and I got like crossed swords. You know, Two of Swords usually is crossed swords, but what I'm getting from that is like this not hitting the financial mark is like making it hard to make a decision to do something, because it's like, do I do something without all the resources that I want to do and try and make a go of it that way, or do I wait until I hit the mark? And it's like this indecision, back and forth. Time is a factor. And then I got the word malady, which I mean could be the name Melody, but I got like illness. So I feel like someone, either you, your person, or someone very close to you, like you're taking care of, has some kind of illness, and I don't know why it came in as malady, like not just the word illness. So I don't know if there are certain countries where you see that more often for illness. It might be like not the United States. Then I got a picture of a digestive tract, like the whole like bottom of your body, your torso here, but your insides basically. I saw that. And there's a problem with absorption. So I think whoever this is for, like literally the rest of you, I'm sorry, hold on a minute, because this isn't for a lot of people. But for someone, there is some kind of treatment available for this problem, and the treatment is going to work. Do the treatment. If you're on the fence whether you're going to do the treatment or not about this intestinal or like stomach or something like that, absorption issue or lining issue, something like that, the treatment's going to work. Do the treatment. Okay? If this is your sign, if you're hearing this and even wondering this is your sign. Also, along with that, I'm like not one to preach diet things at all, you guys, but dairy and wheat are affecting this thing. So while you're doing this treatment, or maybe permanently, or maybe for a while, cut back or cut out dairy and wheat. It's really going to make this problem better. Okay? All right, that's all I got. So let's see what the cards bring out for us. I'm going to start with the Everyday Witch Tarot. And we're going to start with Divine Masculine's Headspace. While you're thinking about it, please take that second to hit the thumbs up on the video. I genuinely appreciate every person that takes the time to do that. It helps me, it helps my channel. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It helps me grow. It helps me keep coming back and giving good content, okay? And if you're new, subscribe. I'd love to have you around the channel. All right, Divine Masculine's Headspace. Divine Masculine's Headspace. Divine Masculine's Headspace. The Moon, okay? Oh. The reason I have two cameras is so I can show you the cards. Oh, there's a delay. That's interesting. Anyway, let me move it over here. There we go. Okay, the Moon. Usually there's only a delay when I'm streaming. I'm not streaming. Okay, that's good. All right. Divine Masculine's Heart Space. Whoa. Page of Swords. And we're going to take the Seven of Swords in reverse with it. Can't take them all. Okay. Oh, let me show you. And there's a delay, so getting that positioning right is interesting. There's the Page of Swords. which is one of the things we channeled. And we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, what's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world? What's going on in Divine Masculine's 3D world? Blocks, challenges, things he's overcoming, things he needs to do. What is happening in his life? Divine Masculine, what's going on? Little forward movement going on in his life. That's really good to see. We got two, and they're both in reverse. So we got the Seven of Cups in reverse. And we got the Knight of Swords in reverse. There's two of the cards that I channeled there. That's good. Okay, let's look at Divine Feminine's headspace. Divine Feminine's headspace. Oh, I need some water. I'm sorry, one sec. Divine Feminine's headspace. Okay. I'll be so grateful when this whole congestion thing is gone. We got the Nine of Cups with the Knight of Wands. Divine Feminine's heart space. Divine Feminine's heart space. Divine Feminine's heart space. Whoa. King of Swords. Divine Feminine, what's happening in your 3D world right now? Blocks, challenges, things you're overcoming, things you need to do, what's going on? Divine Feminine, whoa. All right, I'll take all three. We've got the Empress, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we got Temperance. Okay. No, you can't see that. Hold on. And I'm not showing you all the cards. Hold on, and I will pull them up so you can see them. I've got to get used to this new reading style. Okay, so for the Divine Feminine's headspace, we got the Nine of Cups, clarified by the Knight of Wands, or in combination with the Knight of Wands. And then for her heart space, we have the King of Swords. And then for her 3D world, we have the Empress, the Eight of Pentacles, and Temperance. Okay, I am going to check the bottom of the deck for Divine Masculine's overall energy, which is Three of Swords in reverse. And then we're going to go on to... Hold on. Okay. We're going to go on to clarify. So first we're clarifying Divine Masculine headspace. We've got the Seven of Cups, and this is the Light Seers Tarot. Oh, and we got the King of Swords here. We've got the King of Swords on both sides. Clarify the Page of Swords here. That's already got the Seven of Swords in reverse here. There we go. Five of Cups. Wait. I'm going to take it sideways. It came out sideways. I'm leaving it there. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse in Divine Masculine's 3D world. Clarified by this Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh, there it is. The Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace. Whoop, the Nine of Cups. Which way? Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace with the Nine of Cups. Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace with the Nine of Cups. We've already got the Knight of Wands here with it. 2 cards here at the beach as well so far. Okay, I'm sorry. Let the cards shuffle another minute here. Clarify the 9 of Cups. So we got the 4 of Swords in reverse. Can't take the whole stack, but I'll take the top one. Clarify this King of Swords in Divine Feminine's heart space. Clarify this King of Swords in Divine Feminine's heart space. We've got the Moon, and we've got the Death in reverse, and we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. Divine Feminine. Are we going to clarify? No, I think we have enough there. Bottom of the deck energy for Divine Feminine, 7 of Swords in reverse. That's interesting because we've got the 7 of Swords in reverse here too. Okay, we got some mirroring energy on either side. So let's look at the overall energy for Divine Masculine here to start off with. We've got the 3 of Swords in reverse, the 5 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. We've got a pair here. So in Divine Masculine's overall energy is definitely understanding who his counterpart is, that they're stable and grounded together, that they're each other's perfect match. If I were going to choose a king and queen in the deck to be, it would actually be the Queen and King of Pentacles. Having nothing to do with money, but having to do with groundedness and stability and real life relationship. Okay, so it's about, they're that couple that get through anything together. They're so grounding for each other. It's a really beautiful energy. The king is surrounded by animals, and the queen is surrounded by animals too. I think that this is a couple that really likes animals for sure. The king has chocolate cake and wine. I just want to point that out. And the queen is just sitting there with her animals. That's really interesting. And she's surrounded by cats, so she's very intuitive. The king, however, the dog is sleeping in this image. There was some point where he was overindulging, maybe in drink, maybe in food, and his loyalty was kind of asleep for a while. So there is this energy of Divine Masculine understanding this about himself. It's like, I was paying too much attention to the vices in my life. There are things I was overindulging in, and while I was doing that, my loyalty to my feminine here was asleep. But then we have the 10 of Cups here, and it's on top of those cards, and there's this feeling like, but the 10 of Cups, this you are my everything kind of energy, it trumps the other energy. It keeps these two together. With the 5 of Cups here, look, there's some sadness and there's heartbreak, but there's this energy for the Divine Masculine of wanting to come out of this heartbreak and not wanting to live in it anymore. Page of Wands, wanting to come in with some passionate communication and walk away from anything that's just not serving anymore. It's time for this masculine to burn some bridges and manifest with the Magician here. He really is starting to understand that he does have everything he needs to do what he wants to do. The only thing holding him back is himself. Knight of Pentacles, and here he is. It's been slow, but this is a good person, this masculine. He's got great intentions. He's really wanting to work on things. He's wanting to build, and he's ready to give everything he has to make it work. Okay. Let's read Divine Masculine's side here. What's in his headspace? The Moon, the 7 of Cups, and the King of Swords. So, look, this masculine is really thinking about what he's kept hidden. I think he's kept his feelings hidden. I think that, you know, this particular moon card, there's this picture of this cat looking into this little reflecting pool. And the little cat is seeing themselves as a panther. And there's this idea that the masculine didn't understand that they were good enough. They didn't understand how powerful they were, and they're starting to understand that. And, you know, I think that because of this, like, maybe a low self-esteem, or maybe a lack of understanding about self-worth, you know, and I would never blame anybody for having those feelings. That comes from something in our life that made us feel that way, right? There's this feeling of my own worth has been hidden from me for a long time, and that made me hide things from my feminine. And, you know, clarifying that, the Seven of Cups, you know, this lack of understanding led to a lot of maybe wrong choices. You know, we see all these cups overturned here. They're bowls here, but it doesn't matter. There's this feeling of the masculine not knowing which way to go, and it was hooked up to self-worth. It was hooked up to this not knowing his own power. And there's some choices that he made here. You know, the bowls, the things only come out of the bowls if they've been overturned, if he made the choice. There's a snake that came out of one bowl. There's a bat wing that came out of one bowl. All the love drained out of this one. But there's all of these other bowls that haven't been overturned yet. And there's this feeling of the masculine having a little trepidation, like, okay, I want to choose something else. I want to try something new. Maybe I want to go toward my feminine. And it's like, I'm just a little hesitant because, you know, I have uncovered some pretty bad things when I gave my cup out before. So there's this feeling of, it's like being on the precipice, like finally understanding who I am and how powerful I am and my worth. And it's like letting those things guide the masculine past the fear of the unknown, is what I'm seeing here. And with the King of Swords, this is being really clear about who he is and what he wants. This is the masculine off by himself. And remember, we're not talking about gender, we're talking about energy. It could be a male person, it could be a female person, it could be a non-binary person. We're talking about the energy of whoever the masculine person is in this connection. It's just the energy that they more often embody. There's this feeling of the masculine being off by himself, figuring this out. And that could be happening currently with the King of Swords, though. But because it's a king, I really feel like this masculine is getting the wisdom and the clarity they need. I feel like with this crow up here right above his head, I think new information has come in for this masculine. I think that they have been made aware of some things they were not aware of, and it's given them some really good insight, and they're getting a higher view. What's in the masculine's heart space? The Page of Swords. It's one of the things that I channeled before the message. No, I channeled the Knight of Swords. I channeled the Page of Pentacles. So let's talk about the Page of Swords then. We'll talk about the Knight when we get to him. Sorry. With the Page here, there is a desire to communicate to the feminine, and I mean, the Page doesn't really want to hold back, right? So when you have someone that's in a Page status in some area of their life, this one is in the heart space. Pages aren't the most mature energies, so they can be a little reckless. This Page wants to run forward. And the Seven of Swords in reverse, I feel like something happened in this connection where the masculine either wasn't honest, and that could be an outright lie. It could be withholding something that they weren't ready to share. It could be cheating. There's any number of things. And, you know, sometimes the Seven of Swords also denotes that feeling of not good enough. It's like a perceived failure. not necessarily an actual failure. Maybe they didn't really lie. Maybe they didn't really cheat. Maybe they just feel bad on the inside. And so there's this feeling of like, Seven of Swords in reverse. I've reversed these things. If I did lie before, I will never lie again. I learned my lesson. If I did cheat before, I will never cheat again. I learned my lesson. I learned. If I did feel not good enough before, I understand myself better and I feel good enough now. But there's this definite feeling of turning around whatever stumbling block there was for the masculine in the Seven of Swords energy that they had been in before. And they want to talk about it. They want to tell the feminine about it for sure. But it's like, how do I communicate that? You know, do I rush in? Am I more measured? You know, do I come in as a King of Swords, all logical? Do I run in as a Page of Swords, more eager? You know, how do I do that? And so then we got clarifying the Page of Swords again. We got the Five of Cups on its side. Okay, like this. So I think this, you know, there's been a Five of Cups energy here because of the Seven of Swords energy, because of the feeling of something having gone very wrong in the connection, and creating a Five of Cups energy, which is real disappointment, real like not seeing any way out of it. But it's on its side now, so I feel like there is this turnaround right now in the masculine's heart about how they feel. I think for a long time they didn't feel like this connection with the divine feminine was possible because of whatever this Seven of Swords energy was for your connection. This is going to resonate. The overall message is going to resonate for a lot of people. And so for some of you, it could be cheating. Could be unfaithfulness to the connection. For some of you, it could have been a lie, a big one. Could have been multiple lies. For some of you, it could have been this masculine just felt like shit. They just didn't feel good enough compared to the feminine. They had the feminine on a pedestal and they had them down, you know, at a totally different level. Could be something else. Okay, it's gonna, you put it how it is for your story, because the cards only tell me so much. They're giving me an overall message. You have to figure out what it is for you, if it is for you. But there is this feeling of whatever that thing was, that stumbling block in this connection that kept these two apart, is turning around for the masculine in their heart. They're starting to see the possibility that this could work. They're not all the way there yet. They're not all the way there yet. But in their heart, they're halfway there. They're like, wow, I didn't think I could ever have this connection. All of a sudden, I'm getting clarity and I'm seeing maybe I can. That's really encouraging for someone that was in a negative energy for so long. Let's look at what's happening in Divine Masculine's 3D world, which is interesting because we've got a couple different decks here, and we've got the Seven of Cups twice for Divine Masculine. So we have it in the upright in the headspace, but in the 3D world, we have it in the reverse. And we're leading with that in the 3D world. I feel like at this time, it's clarified by the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is the card that we channeled, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Look, I feel like there was some stagnancy in making a choice here for the Divine Masculine, maybe for a long time, and that stagnancy in making a choice is turning around. I feel like this Divine Masculine is getting ready to actually make a choice in the real 3D world, not just in his head over here. He's thinking about it right now, but in the 3D world, I think that this not making a choice for forward movement in life is going to turn around. Because the Seven of Cups is about like everything being up in the air, or just kind of dreaming about something and not taking any action. But when we're reversing it, it could mean different things. But here I'm getting, coming out of that energy of just wanting to dream about something, because, and I think it's because in the heart space, they're understanding, they're having that kind of turnaround, understanding that it could be real. It doesn't have to just be a dream. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, though, they're not talking about it yet. In the 3D world, this Divine Masculine is not telling the Divine Feminine about this right now. He's wanting to come forward because the Knight of Swords is here. He's wanting to come forward. However, he hasn't done it yet. And with the channel ahead of the message, there has something to do with another connection that this divine masculine had to let go of. You know, we see here the snake and the bat wing here and all the love draining out. There's another relationship that the divine masculine has been in, whether it's a lover or a close friend or family member, job or something, where that has been keeping them separate from the feminine. And for a lot of you, it's probably a romantic partner, but it doesn't have to be. Did I say romantic? I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, this masculine made some choices that didn't pan out for himself. Okay. And I think after having done that, there's been this fear to make another choice. What if it happens again? What if it just gets worse? What if it just gets worse? Right? I made this bad choice. And then I made this bad choice. I have another choice in front of me, and I'm so reluctant to make it because what if I do it again? What if it gets screwed up again? So I'm not talking about it, but the Hanged Man in reverse is here. And so this makes me feel like this up in the air energy is, there's not going to be this big waiting period anymore. Even though they're not talking about it yet, I think this masculine is actually making a choice, and I think that they're doing the cleanup work in order to do it. I think this masculine is actually going to come forward to the feminine and talk to them about this relationship, about what they want. I really do, with the Page of Swords here right in the center in the heart space, and the Knight of Swords present too. They haven't done it yet, but the presence of it here makes me feel like they're getting ready to. It's like they're doing the prep work to do that. And part of that is telling their truth to someone that doesn't want to hear it. There is someone that absolutely does not want to hear that they're going to go toward the divine feminine. Maybe it's a controlling mother that hates the feminine. You know, maybe it's a romantic partner where the relationship is long dead, but they don't want to give up. You know, maybe it's something else. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a lifestyle. You know, maybe it's a job where the divine masculine is going to have to quit this job in order to go in a different direction in life. And whoever is holding the strings on the job is like, no. And this divine masculine is taking the tip of his sword. This is the card that I saw in live action that I channeled. And he's actually, and this is a very active card here, and I saw this masculine taking that sword and thrusting it towards someone. I didn't see them hurting anything, but it's like, look, this is my truth. You have to hear it now. Okay. So that's what's going on with divine masculine right now for whoever we are channeling for right now. Let's look at divine feminine. The overall energy for divine feminine is the Seven of Swords in reverse. Same card that we have over here in divine masculine's heart space. So let me see what we got. We got the King of Cups. We got the Empress. We got the Eight of Wands. Oh, we have the Empress here too. What's happening for divine feminine? King of Cups, Eight of Wands, overall energy, Seven of Swords in reverse. There's this real desire by the feminine right now for this masculine to come forward in loving energy. When I have the King of Cups with the Eight of Wands like we have here, it really makes me feel like a King of Cups that's actually going to talk. So a lot of times we assign, you know, when we're looking at some of the negative attributes of the King of Cups, is they're not talking. They feel a lot, but they don't talk about it. But when I have the King of Cups and the Eight of Wands combined, that's communications, a lot of communication. So I feel like there's this desire on the feminine side for this masculine to come forward with a lot of communication and talk about What's going on with the Empress, you know, there's this desire for, you know, because the Empress is the divine feminine here, there's this desire for the, oh, you can't even see the deck, sorry. Yeah, let me bring it down there. There's this desire for the masculine to come forward and speak their heart to the Empress, to the divine feminine, and come out of this Seven of Swords energy. This feminine doesn't want to be in that situation either. Whatever the stumbling block is between these two, whatever the thing is that keeps them apart, whether it was a lie, whether it was cheating, whether it was not feeling good enough. And remember, a lot of times it's mirrored energy too. They might both have not felt good enough, or whatever it is. There might have been lies on both sides. I don't know your situation. There could have been cheating on both sides. I mean, look, no one person is the fallible party in the twin flame connection. We both have our issues. We don't always have the same issues, but it is definitely an equality that if there's stuff to work on one side, there's stuff to work on the other side. Work on. With the feminine, the overall energy, Seven of Swords in reverse, the feminine wants to come out of this place where this is between them. The feminine wants that King of Cups to come forward with that Eight of Wands, with all of that passion and communication, and just speak. So this divine masculine over here starting to believe that this could be true is based on this feminine wanting it so much. It's like, this is a no fault thing. Seven of Swords. I'm not blaming you anymore. I'm not wanting to hold this over your head. I'm not wanting to drag it up over and over again. I just want to clear it and let it go. This is the energy that I get from that. Oh, I guess I could leave it down there. Okay, so let's look at divine feminine side here. What's going on in divine feminine's headspace? The Nine of Cups. Divine feminine is chill. Chill. Divine feminine is feeling really good. This is I have really gotten to a place where I'm unbothered by the bad stuff and I'm letting in the good stuff, is what I'm feeling with this Nine of Cups here. Really, really actively filling up her own cups with self-love. Listening to her intuition, and you know, her intuition, being hooked into that, is keeping anything negative at bay. I want to show you this card. So cats are intuition in tarot for me, and we see this little cat, and it's batting at this crab here with the pinchers. It's like her being tapped into her intuition is keeping anything painful or harmful at bay. It's a really good energy for divine feminine. That is clarified by the Four of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Wands. This feminine is actively doing this. The Knight of Wands is all about action. It's about taking action towards something. It's about being passionate and letting your passion run. Four of Swords is about taking a break, but Four of Swords in the reverse is about coming out of a resting period. This divine feminine, even though she looks pretty zen, even though she looks unbothered, she's actually actively working on her life and going after what she wants, okay? But she's doing it in a calm, peaceful way. It's a really nice energy. It's like the cool, calm, collected facade with so much going on underneath that's all positive. It's a really good energy for divine feminine. What's going on in her heart space? We got King of Swords, and we have the King of Swords over here in divine masculine's headspace, right? So we've got the Moon, which is in the same column as divine masculine's headspace. So what I'm getting, and we got the Death in reverse, we got the Queen of Cups in reverse. So what I'm getting here is there's a lot mirroring from divine masculine's headspace and divine feminine's heart space. I think in the heart space, she's understanding what's going on with the divine masculine, actually. And I think she's doing it intuitively. I don't think she actually has a 3D picture of what's happening here. I don't think the divine masculine is telling her. He, with the Knight of Swords in reverse in his 3D, he's not talking to her about it. But I think she's intuiting. I think she's intuiting, and she's just kind of floating with it. Look at this moon card where the feminine is under the water, but peacefully just kind of floating there, like, I may not know everything, but I'm cool with it. And the King of Swords here, I really love both of these Kings of Swords. They're really nice, clean, kind, thoughtful energies. I really feel with the Death in the reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. I want to talk about the Queen of Cups in a minute. In fact, I'm going to clarify it. But with the Death in reverse, I feel like she no longer in her heart space is pushing the divine masculine to end the cycle. There's no push energy. It's a floating energy. I'm good with it. If you need to get clear, get clear. I'm not going to push you. Even though I don't know everything that's happening, I'm floating with it. I'm chill. I'm zen. I'm good. With the Death in reverse, I really feel like it really just means she's not pushing an ending of the cycle. It's like, take the time you need to do what you need to do. All right, Queen of Cups in reverse. I want to clarify that. Okay. Let's get a clarifier for the Queen of Cups in reverse. I want to know why it's here in the heart space of the feminine. It just seems so unlikely. The Hermit in reverse. Let's get another one. I don't have the deck in reverse. Okay. Hermit in reverse. The Four of Wands. The Emperor in reverse. I mean, there is no waiting energy for the feminine here. The Four of Swords in reverse. No waiting energy in the head space. A Hermit in the reverse. No waiting energy in the heart space. And the Four of Wands. I feel like what's happened here is the feminine has pulled way back. Way back. She's not actively sending love and light to the divine masculine. She's not actively sending that pull energy, come to me. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, it's almost like I am going to be hands off completely. I don't get like a nasty energy from this at all. I get hands off energy, like you do what you need to do. You do what is going to make you happy. I'm okay with it because I'm okay within myself. There's no waiting here. I'm not waiting around for you. I'm not going to give that push-pull energy of waiting around. But we do have the Four of Wands. So there's still this understanding that a beautiful, committed relationship can come out of this, and that would be celebrated. At the same time, completely having surrendered the connection. Hands off. Not pulling at divine masculine in any way in the heart space even. Okay. So 3D world, the Empress energy. Look, this divine feminine, whoever we're channeling, is in such beautiful energy. She's feeling abundant. She's feeling, in control of her emotions. She's feeling like she's stable. She's feeling all the love that she can feel for herself, for the others around her in her life. She's caring, she's tapped into her intuition, she's passionate about what she's doing. It's all really, really good energy. She feels very mentally clear at this time. And the Empress is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles and the Temperance. She's, again, in her 3D world, she has surrendered to Spirit. She's really done this. It's not just like a thought in the heart or in the head. This is actually what this divine feminine has done. She's released a lot around her. She may even have released possessions. She has released. It could be anything, but there's been a lot of release here, and there is working on the new with the Eight of Pentacles here. She's passionate about working on her new life, and she can do that independently. With Temperance here, she's got this one eye cracked open. It's so funny. This card always cracks me up. So we got this girl, and she's in this yoga pose, and she's got this one eye cracked open, and it's like, it's the same thing with this Four of Wands over here in the heart space. It's like, I'm doing me. I'm good on my own. I'm going to continue to be good on my own, no matter what the masculine does. But I do have this one eye cracked open. It reminds me of like a kid checking for Santa Claus in the middle of the night. You know, it's like, I know he's coming kind of thing. I know Christmas is coming, even though I'm not supposed to go look and not supposed to know ahead of time. But there's like this one eye cracked open, one ear listening for the jingle bells kind of thing. It's like the feminine is good. She surrendered. But she also knows that there's still a real possibility that this could come around. And I think this attitude is what's allowing this Five of Cups to kind of make its way around, so it's not prevalent in the divine masculine's heart. It's like the energy is seeping over. He's starting to understand this is real. This could be a real possibility for me. And it's making him take action, getting out of the Hanged Man energy that he's been in for God knows how long, right? This is a good reading. The Emperor in reverse here too. I didn't really address that. That's here on the bottom of the deck from when I clarified. Yeah. You know, the divine feminine, you know, speaking for divine feminines, I can't speak for everyone out there clearly, but I know for a lot of us, this journey is so challenging. It's so challenging. We go through like the ringer. You know, masculines do too, don't get me wrong, but I can only speak from my experience and the experience of people that I know. This card is all about strategy for me. When you look at the Emperor in the upright here, look at the giant chess piece that the Emperor is holding. And Emperor is about control. So we all embody that divine masculine and divine feminine energy. We all embody, whoever we are on the planet, we all embody both masculine and feminine. And so what I'm getting from this side is the feminine's tendency throughout the journey to strategize and figure out, how can I make this work? And it doesn't come from a bad place. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing devious or mean about it. There's nothing, it's not, you really want to control your masculine. You just want your connection to come together. You just miss your person, and you miss them intensely. And when you're in that kind of pain, any animal on earth, if it's in a lot of pain, it's going to do extraordinary things to get out of it. And the feminine has done extraordinary things to get out of that pain and get into this beautiful surrender place where they're at peace with themselves and the journey and life. But there is a tendency to try and strategize. I mean, strategy is a big thing for me. I used to work at a company where I did, I was the HR person, and it was one of my jobs to develop testing for employees. And, you know, I looked at all kinds of different types of testing. And, you know, there's a specific type of testing. I'm not going to mention the name because I don't want to get into any libel things. But there's a specific type of testing where you're looking at people's personalities and what are their strongest traits, and it ranks your strongest traits. I think there's like 26 or something. I don't know, I probably can say it. It's called Strengths Finder. At least it used to be. I think they just changed the name, but I won't go past that. But it ranks your different aspects of your personality from your strongest to your weakest. And my strongest personality trait when I was tested, and I did it 3 different times just to see, is strategy. So it's something that's been like, I've always been really good at that. And it's fun for me to figure out puzzles. I love puzzles, right? But the thing about strategy for me, because of who I am, it has nothing to do with wanting to control someone else's free will, and it has nothing to do with being devious or trying to get around people. It's about trying to solve problems and using the resources I have around me to solve problems. And a lot of divine feminines, I think, are like that. And so I think that divine feminines had to try and fail to control the journey. A lot of us did. We had to try and fail again to control the journey and get to this point of surrender, understanding that we don't control this. We don't control what's happening for the masculine. You cannot reach out to the masculine, especially if you're newer in this journey or if you're in the middle of it. This is really important to understand. You cannot do your masculine's journey for them. If they're with a karmic partner, they have to learn the lesson from the karmic partner that they're there to learn. You cannot just say, this person is bad, get away from them. They're not going to listen to you. And it's not your place to say. It's their lesson to learn. It's their person. Maybe they're good things that they needed to get from that karmic partner too. It's not all bad. You know, everyone's has light and dark. We all have good things and bad things about our personalities. And I bet you every single karmic out there, no matter how bad they are, there's something good about them too. And that's what makes it so hard to get away from a karmic partner. From my own experience, I had my own karmic partners in my life. And I'm telling you, it's really, really challenging to get away from someone that has really great qualities too. You don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but sometimes the bathwater is so black, you got to be done. You know, you can take the good things and learn from the bad things and move forward, and it's okay. But you have to learn that. But you can't do it for your masculine. And, you know, it doesn't matter how hard you pull at the heartstrings of the masculine, you can't make them come forward before they're ready. And honestly, if you're doing that, you're not ready. And it's a hard lesson that we have to learn, that we have to get to the surrender state. We have to learn through our own divine feminines attempts at strategy. There is no strategy in the twin flame connection. I'm sorry to tell you. There is no strategy. There's one specific reader on YouTube, and I'm not going to mention his name, but I dislike him intensely, like intensely. And he touts that there's no spirituality in the twin flame journey. For him, it's all energy and it's all logic, and there's nothing to do with healing. And I would say that's garbage. I would say that's garbage. Healing, it's not about getting to some certain level where you're holier than everyone else. It's not about that. It's about your own vibration that you give off. Everything on the planet gives off a vibration from every rock. That's why crystals are important, because they have their own frequencies and vibrations. Everything has a vibration, including you. And when you're low vibrational, you have a lot of healing to do. And when you start to heal things, you feel better. And when you feel better, you give off a higher vibration. And that's all that's about. It's about raising your vibration. We talk about that, but what does that really mean? It means you feel better, so you are better. And when you're both like that, you both feel better and you both are better, your vibrations match and you can get along. It can work. When you're low vibrational, it's not going to work with anyone. Not really. Okay. Twin flame rant over. Just wanted to get into that since we were here. All right, this has been your reading. I hope it's helped you. Please hit like on the video. Genuinely appreciate that energy exchange. If you're new, subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the channel. And I'm going to do my best to be back next week with another mirror message. Check for my pick a card readings. I'm going to have one of those out this week, and I will do as many as I can. It's been a busy time. I'm also doing private readings. I did open those back up this week. I wasn't able to read for a few weeks, but I'm back. So if you want a private reading, go to my website and be quick to book it, because I'm going to book up pretty fast. Okay, guys, take care.